Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the absolute ridiculousness that's going on. Some stuff that I would have never predicted. I don't think anyone would have predicted in 2024. And first up is the Pokemon Center. How crazy the Pokemon Center has become. Now the desirable items, the crazy stuff that came out, we've seen it before in the pandemic. What we haven't seen before was a group of shady individuals of buying everything before the item even goes live. So Phantasmal, as you guys probably have seen at this point in time, they bought everything. They bragged about it. They were like, oh my God, we're the greatest ever. We are totally gonna scalp the hell out of this stuff. And then their orders got canceled, allegedly. As far as we know, the Pokemon company's working on something, and it seems like the release is scheduled for today. Now, hopefully, if the same thing happens and the Bot Master Extremes buy everything before anyone else can even see it on the website, they cancel it and rerun. So join the Discord, free notifications in there. You should be able to hit some decent stuff from the Pokemon Center. Pokemon Center seems to be like the best option. The exclusive stuff is usually a good option regardless, but in this day and age, pretty much everything on there is good value compared to what you're paying on the secondary market and or big box, which is typically not a great price. Now, join the Discord, free notifications, do not pay monthly for the same thing. Got it? Cool. If you know someone that's paying for it, give them a little clap. Wake them up. Say, don't pay for that stuff. Next, we got a whole bunch of just ridiculous stuff, and a lot of it is like things that you should avoid, things that are obvious to the people that have been around for a long time that you should avoid it. The temporary hype or the stuff blowing up in price. We have so we recently had a queue for the Pokemon Center yesterday, at the time of recording this, yesterday. And people were selling. So usually we get like people, when stuff gets bought out on the Pokemon Center, when it sells out, people will then, before they receive the item, they'll sell like the pre-sale of the item that they purchased. But this person was basically selling the item based on their spot in line, assuming that they would get the item. And assuming that they sold one. Who bought this? Don't do that. Be careful. A lot of the stuff too, make sure that you have, if it's like a pre-order thing, you shouldn't be buying it on eBay regardless. Join the Discord, get the notifications. Hopefully the Pokemon Center stuff, hopefully everything gets printed to the extent, every individual product, which might not happen. But booster boxes, we're in dire need of booster boxes, as we'll see here. 2024 Rattle would not have predicted that people would be diddling the machines in order to bust them and break through a limit. I guess I wouldn't have predicted the limit either on the vending machines because the prices on them, again, not very good. Next, we have Target, who is apparently introducing a virtual queue for cards in the store. Let's watch this little video here by Flip.
Is starting to launch virtual lines for sports card vendors. You go to guest services, give your name and phone number, and they text you when your spot in line is available to go get Pokemon cards. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, if you think it's a W or an L, and I'll see you next time. Target is...
So I think as long as you have to prove it's you and maybe you get in line when you get there and it's not like an online thing that people are going to abuse, that might be good. Like, take a ticket, you're in line, it'll notify you if you don't show up within the day or something. They sell it to someone else. I think that'll quench. I mean, regardless, the limits need to be in place on this stuff, at least temporarily. It's tough for them to gauge when the market cools off. Then there's still going to be limits, and someone might want to buy more than one item. But yes, this stuff needs to be behind glass or a counter or whatever. So that you don't have people fighting over this stuff. You don't have people loitering, fighting in the store, disturbing the regular customers that are just at Target to buy regular things that are not cardboard. Now, this is oh my, how does a booster box that was desired when it was expensive, printed to the extent that it was $80 a box, now get described as high-end? Sword and Shield. What, are we in the Twilight Zone here? I know. I don't understand it myself. How in the world this thing is $1,000 for a box or anywhere close to it blows my mind. Where was everyone when it was $80? No one wanted it? Other than PK, I guess? I'm sure there was other people buying it at $80. $80 for a booster box, even if it's the worst booster box of all time. Now, should you expect it to go to $1,000? Absolutely not. And this might be one of those scenarios where we see like booster boxes across the board retrace. Like even the older stuff, even the stuff that isn't going to be printed some more, like the prices, they're getting a little too aggressive. We've seen it before. Pandemic. Much of the pandemic hypey-dipey items, they retraced. Did they go? They're not going to go back down to the original price. Your Fusion Strike is not going to go down to $80. That's just not going to happen. Too much of it got opened, is being opened. Crazy. All right, 151 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. I almost feel like the Pokemon Company needs to put out some more waves of these Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. Especially this. The 151 is crazy. The amount of 151 that was available. What are we doing? $1,000? Close to $1,000 for a 151 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. The total value that you pull out of which, not very high. Not even close. And I get it. It's not necessarily, usually over time, the expected value of a booster box, the contents of the box, booster box, Elite Trainer box, whatever it might be, sealed product in general, it'll, diverge from the price of the sealed item. Becomes a worse and worse idea to open it. The Gold Star dogs. Gold Stars, we've seen Gold Star bubbles before. You can't see the Entei there, and no, I'm not shifting my screen over. We'll take a look at it here. There's like basically no copies available on TCG Player. Now, there is a history behind these Doggerinos, and the history of which is that these were stolen from the factory in just a stupid, dupid, disgusting quantity. And the fact that people are paying the prices that they're paying for these currently, like there's barely any available on there. But even the sold listings for like the graded copies, insane. And as Do It For Mars Collector points out here, not as rare as you think, huh? And that is because we had Card House EU who got a handle on a bunch of these things. Can we make it small enough? All right, for anyone that hasn't seen this video, go watch it. This is the dogs that are demanding such a premium at the moment. Still being trickled out. Still just an insane amount of extra copies.
Me showing how many gold stars I have. They're all for sale, so just watch the video, I guess.
So we got binders and binders of these things. Yes, he was dumb enough to show off the fact that he had all of them.
This binder is full of Raikou.
Front and back. So there's two binders like this of each one. Now, Card House did not like the fact that I published this video, and he put a copyright claim on it, which is funny because I showed the footage of him flipping through the binder, or binders, rather. So you kind of get the point there. These things, not rare, unfortunately. This incident pretty much destroyed the value of these. So he was trying to sell them in large volumes starting out, according to the people that were around that were offered these cards. And now they're being trickled out a little bit, but just keep in mind,
these are all
stars, hard to pull. These ones, physically impossible that somebody opened this many cards, this many sealed boxes.
This one too.
So the people that are
these are all
putting money into these,
and I will be listing the prices on Reddit. They're all near mint or better.
All stolen, allegedly, in my opinion. Would not have predicted that there'd be grandmas trying to scam in 2025. If you missed the last video, covered that one. Seismitoad. Never at any point whether it was SIR, IR, anything of any kind in 2024, if you ask me, hey, you think there's going to be a seismitoad that gets pumped that's like just crazy expensive compared to all the other cards in the set of the same rarity? No, wouldn't have seen it coming. And we do have a retrace going on this bad boy. Again, be very careful with the market manipulation. It's happened. It often happens with the IRs. They are a prime target for this stuff. But also just anything that's coming out. And then there's like the old cards of that same variety. Like the Reshiram, the Zekrom from Black and White. Like no one wanted Black and White. Very few people wanted the Black and White cards. They were extremely inexpensive. All of a sudden, they're pumped to oblivion. All right, we got more crazy examples, but before we get into that, Linktree, best way to support the channel is not to buy my stolen Gold Star dogs. I'd rather you guys use the free ways to support the channel here. PSA Pikachu, Securus Card Shop, Card Market, Buyee, Catch 'em All Collectibles, Collector app. We got discount codes for the stuff that I use and recommend. We got the old affiliate links that you can click on before you're shopping for the things that you actually want. Now, while you're shopping, if you're from the European region or have a friend over there, you can hit up the old Card Market. Great spot to pick up singles. Avoid the pumped singles. Avoid the brand new flashy thing that is usually expensive in any market conditions. And when a set just comes out, typically the prices of cards, due to playability, due to it being the new thing that everyone wants because it's the new thing, let that cool off. Buy it after that. All right. I could not have predicted the fact that we got people acetoning the face off a Mew in order to reveal a swirl. The whole swirl premium kind of stuff. Like, is it cool if there's a swirl in some area where it's, the Pokemon is farting, or the Pokemon is shooting a swirl out of his mouth or something? Like, okay, I kind of get the appeal, but like now we're just forcing them into existence by damaging a card. What the hell? All right, and then we got Celebrations. Celebrations is insane. This was back in the pandemic hype. So Celebrations was very hyped up. It was very expensive when it came out. Enough got printed. The singles were all very inexpensive. But now, how do we have like the original? These are cards that are reprinted. We have the original Mega Ray, which is also pumped up because Megas are coming out, guys. So the old Megas, we got to buy the old Megas before they go up in price. Or they're going up in price. I'm going to miss out on the old ones that I didn't want for all these years. But now I want them because they're more expensive. And we have that competing with the Celebrations reprinted version. I get it. This one was like in the classic collection, and this one was just part of the regular set. But like, keep that in mind too. Like, a lot of these Megas, they weren't hard to pull out of a pack. Like, out of a Roaring Skies booster box, you're probably getting a Mega Ray EX. All right, Mew. This is crazy. What do we got here? We got, it looks like $70 plus Mew EX promos from the Celebrations. Not from Celebrations, the 151 Premium Collection, Ultra Premium Collection. These collections, they were available. They were like $80. I think they were like $80 Canadian from Costco. And they were available. And you could buy as many as you wanted at one point in time. And now the price of this Mew doesn't make sense. Be careful. It's a cool card, but it is abundant, and it is almost certainly going to retrace the Pikachu. Now, Celebrations, when it came out, the Pikachus, basically any Pikachu, Flying Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu, you had like a Pikachu more often than not. Like, you open packs and you got Pikachus all over your desk. This thing was super mega inexpensive. Now, I don't know if we're going to count this first one here with the $5 shipping. So if this is up in anywhere in around like $7, it looks like it might come down here. Crazy. Why didn't you want it back when it was 47 cents? Now you want it? There's a lot of these things. So the more expensive stuff, yes, you got to be a little bit more careful. If you really like this Pikachu, you weren't around for it, and you pay $7 for it, it's like not the end of the world. if it goes back down to a couple bucks. But like when you start getting into stuff like this, your Paldean Fates, which no one was really that crazy about, and we have this thing, I think it was, where was it? It was like under $100. I think it was lower than that. Somewhere under $100. And now it's $700. So we got all the different languages there that you got to sift through. $642. Insane. Actually insane. And is it going to retrace? I think odds are more likely than not. Charizard EX. Did I tell you guys to join the Discord? Free notifications for product. Big box, temporarily the best option. Game stores online will be in the future. Pinky promise. All right. I don't know when that'll happen. Some serious printing needs to get done over an extended period of time, and we've seen it happen. We've seen the chilling rain. We've seen the vivid voltage. We've seen the battle styles, the stuff that was so damn hard to get on release. They will print it eventually. They are the Pokemon company after all. They want to make it available. They say they'll make it available. There's a good chance they'll make it available. We got Charizard EX, the $40 card, the $45 card here that no one cared about. It has a stupid crown on it. Who cares? It's a set that's easy. It's only one Japanese set turned into an English set. How easy is that to pull? And then we had it kind of doing some things here. We had it retracing back down to $60, and now it's up at 134 direct from TCG Player. And now we're $120 ish. Why didn't you want it when it was $40, $45? There is a scary amount of stuff that can do bad things once interest is lost, and it's going to come and go. There's going to be another point in time where stuff goes up like crazy. Same as the pandemic. Everything died off. No one wanted Scarlet and Violet. People started to care a little bit less about like the late Sword and Shield. No one cared about Crown Zenith until like recently. Not that they didn't care about it. It was a cool set. It was fun to open because it was like Hit City with the old gallery at the end. Paldean Fates Elite Trainer Box. $300. Are we high and or drunk at the same time? That's Korean for the $70 there. $300. Are we insane? Now, is this just everyone trying to pull the Bubble Mew? And the Bubble Mew can't be more like of a perfect example. Like it has bubble right in the name. Is it a bubble? Are we in a bubble? Are a lot of these things in a bubble? A lot of these things are manipulated. A lot of these things are in a bubble. Bubble Mew included. We got Paldean Fates, $100 for a booster bundle. Crazy, right? $25 over here. $100, 4X on your booster bundle. Because people just have a hard on for the Mew, the Bubble Mew. The Pikachu with gray felt hat, even in the PSA 10s, like holy crap, this thing does not make sense. Was it a little bit of a pain in the ass to get them? Yes. Could you have from the Pokemon Center if you were paying attention? Yes. You could get multiple. But for this thing to be like $485, $480 plus shipping, raw, holy moly. And it's just example after example on this stuff that like, is it going to do the same thing as the Seismitoad? Is it going to be the first stuff to fall off when interest wanes a little bit? Like everyone is into Pokemon now. We have Grammys scamming. We have Grammys scalping the Pokemon Center vending machines. We got people diddling it now at this point in time. We haven't seen a granny diddling the Pokemon Center machine yet. But I at this point, it wouldn't surprise me. In 2024, would it surprise me? Yes. Right now, no. Wouldn't surprise me. All right. $192 on the Mewtwo. 230 direct from TCG Player. Man, I wish they would get rid of all this like Japanese. I think there's already a section for Japanese. Put it in the Japanese section. Give the seller that put this crap in here a slap on the wrist. Tell them, hey, don't put that in there. What are you doing? And make sections for like the Chinese stuff or whatever. Or like just or just make a section that's like all other languages. Non-English, non-Japanese section if you just want to catch all. 230 boners, because you have people exploiting this so that they can get more eyes on there. 230 bucks. This thing was $100 out the gate. So you didn't want it when it was $100. It was still a good pull. It was still top notch, Galarian gallery. But now, and it's part manipulation. But people are going to feed into it. People are going to go like, oh, shit, I got to buy the thing that's going up before it's too expensive, before I can't get it. And you just got to remain disciplined on this stuff. With the pandemic, I basically stopped collecting vintage, picking up vintage stuff, because it all spiked like crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit this out for a little bit, see how it plays out. And sure enough, it all retraced. And then in the current boom, the start of the current boom, early on, 2025, vintage was the better option because it had retraced from the pandemic. It wasn't sustainable growth. Like, it should never look like this. You shouldn't have a plus 87% on here. That's danger zone, and we've seen higher ones. Like this with the plus 300%. Crazy. And is this stemming off of other stuff? Like your Mew? Your bubble Mew? Yeah, it just kind of compounded itself into ridiculousness. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this was like insightful. I know a lot of you guys have seen what's going on here, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on the most ridiculous stuff. If I forgot anything that is absolutely insane, leave it down below in the comments. Because I'm sure there's just so much going on right now that it's very possible that I missed some juicy ones. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a beautiful Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Thanks. Bye.